Hi, everybody.
Hi everyone. Hope you're doing great.
I don't know what Des is doing.
I'm busy doing an adjustment on the camera. Yeah, yeah. With the party, things were kind of moved around in here.
What?
The
Oh,
birthday party,
yes. No,
Yeah,
I
so
thought-
much happens in our life that not even 24 hours go by and we forget what happened the previous day. It's literally that hectic. I hope you're all doing great. And tonight we're going to be discussing something interesting, not surprising, and we need to talk about the repercussions of this situation. So I'm gonna give a link to the article so that you know what we'll be discussing, and then we'll be discussing many other things too. That's also very interesting. But welcome. Please share the link with other people so that more people join us. At this stage, we don't have many people from the public. Strange. Are they maybe not interested in the topic?
Perhaps. I'm sure you said ANC, said blah, 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 blah. Then everyone would have been here.
Yeah, well, we're not like the sensation seekers out there, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, we need to put the garage light off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Aisha?
please, it's really annoying. But how are you all doing? Okay, there we've got some people from the public coming through. Hi, Paul, Anna Marie, Heini, Mark. Welcome. It's really awesome to have you here. Marsha. So hopefully we can get Arnold. Hi.
Arnold.
Yeah, welcome. Hopefully we can get way over 100 people to watch, maybe over 200, and then get lots of views. Last week, people absolutely were not interested in what we spoke about.
Were they not?
No.
I thought it was quite a lively discussion.
Yeah, it was.
Much commentary.
A lot of commentary. Yeah, a lot of people saying a lot.
Who remembers what we discussed last week? I'll remind you. The Constitutional Court ruling that independents only need to get 1,000 signatures.
And no one cares about stuff like that.
No, but do you know how many people have told me today? How many people have told me? But parties only need 1,000 signatures.
Yes. So they didn't listen to what we had to say.
No, but this is what the media has left the public with. Yes. Misinformation. It's an absolute disaster.
Hi, Felicity, Gary. Hi, Andre. Eisenfontein. Awesome. So we have just over 100 people watching now. And hopefully, like I said, you'll share this link and we can get this up. Billy Goat Gates, as I call him. Lauren gets upset with me. We often have little tiffs here on air because we don't script things like other people. We don't edit things like other people. It's not political clownery. What we do is just give it to you
live
raw.
Commentary.
Yeah, as is. We even comment on each other. And I get into trouble all the time.
Yeah, Des is always in trouble.
You don't get into trouble.
How can I be in trouble?
Yeah. The day you get into trouble, you know you're doing something right.
I don't think adults can get into trouble.
No, you can't. You're
so
absolutely
when
right.
you say that, it's just a whole lot of...
No, you can't get into trouble.
Other things speaking.
I really like this. Peter, Mark, Arnold, Lana.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to all of you.
People. Dalvane is Ramana.
I see they're asking people for advice on what to do. I understand. Yeah.
Dalvin is asking, how are you both? So how are you?
Okay, that's a good question. Sure. I would have to think. Where am I? What am I doing right now? I was out just a short while ago with my son, my one son, because the other one didn't go with, doing discus and hammer throw. A short while before that, I was in lots of traffic traveling from Koeberg Nuclear Power Station. We have pulled away with Unit 2's outage, like a steam train. Things are really going well. We're on top of things. We learned a lot from the first outage. With the first outage, you have no idea how long things are going to take because no one has done it before. So it's the first time we did something, and now we learn from that. And the pitties will stop with Unit 2. They should send us around the world to do these things now. Everyone's really jacked up in what we're supposed to do. So Unit 2 at Koeberg is shut down, and I am in charge of getting all the secondary modifications that need to be done for the steam generator replacement, to have those implemented. And there's a massive team of people doing that with me, all very skilled, very jacked up, very eager. They want to get this over and done with. And we had an announcement today from government that they will build another 2,500 megawatts worth of nuclear. By 2033, 34, it should come online. But interesting, they can't do math because they say it's going to take 10 to 15 years and to build. And then they say 2033 to 34, which means they have to start building right now to get it done within the 10 years by then. Yeah, the maths. Media is not good at math.
No.
They are generally stupid.
Hi, Mark from Finland.
Wow, all the way from Finland. Thanks for joining us.
And then we have Petra and someone else from Feltriff.
So this is an international topic, certainly. So it affects everyone. And it's going to be interesting to see how people feel about this. Mr. Billy Goat Gates, I'll put the article link that we're basing the stream on in the comments.
I find this so ironic because he's talking about us and we're talking about him.
Yeah, we're talking about him. He's very upset that we're talking about him. I think he's really affected by this. His feelings are hurt, people. You are hurting his feelings. Yeah.
I think he's disappointed in the human race.
Yes, totally.
Bill Gates thought the internet would make all of us more responsible, but he realized it just helped a critical mass of crazy people find each other.
So we are the people that speak about Billy Goat Gates. We are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
According to Bill, how do you feel about the fact that Bill calls you crazy? And what conspiracy theorists, I think most of them, he goes into quite a bit of detail. It's not a very long article, but we need to speak to that in general because we know Bill Gates is a member of the Committee of 300.
Which doesn't exist on the internet.
No, you don't have to go and look for it. My dad only said that he served on that committee, and we actually have a new theory with regards to that.
Do you want to discuss the new theory?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
I think that'll blow it out the water completely. I think everyone will share this freaking live after that.
Okay, go for it.
All right, now let's get into Bill Gates. Once we finish there, we'll give you the juice at the end. And hopefully you'll share the living daylights out of this because this is going to be a twist for the ages.
Too far from everything.
Okay.
As usual.
I hope you can hear Lauren okay.
Are we actually going through this thing?
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a long time. We've been
No, but we have to discuss what he's saying. It's important. The fact that he has so much clout in the world, especially with governments. I mean, he meets with presidents of countries and says, you should do X, Y, Z. And then Bill goes, and Cyril goes, and boof, implemented.
Okay, so the introduction to this. Talking points. When the internet was taking off, Bill Gates thought it would make the world more
But
rational.
louder and a bit more exciting, Frokie. It sounds like you're dying.
Would you like to take over?
I would love to if you're going to speak like that. Goodness.
But it turns out that it's been used by crazy people, in inverted commas, to help them find each other, he said. Gates said he initially believed people would use the internet to responsibly seek information.
So who decides what is responsible seeking of information?
I wonder what
Fact checkers, I suppose. I see now News24 tells you that they have a WhatsApp channel. You don't need to find any fake news anymore. They will give you all the perfectly correct news.
With the developments in AI, I was thinking today of scenarios of how one could get around censorships, extreme censorship. But with where AI is headed right now, there's no way to get around censorship. Not one. Because I actually thought, okay, imagine our channels get banned and we can't talk about politics. Then I would become like those housewives that clean the house, but then I just put like signs all over the place.
Yeah, behind you.
Like Revolution Now or whatever.
Yes.
And then I thought, but no, AI can actually interpret that.
Yeah.
They can interpret it. A picture within a picture within a picture.
Even videos.
There's no escape at all. So I don't know. We have to really evolve.
Gary Gates has a lot of influence. This committee of 300, it's just a name that's been created for them. It's about 300 people that meet at the beginning of every year in Geneva, Switzerland. And my dad in 1984 said that he was part of that meeting. And we have a theory now. Someone actually sent me information from Wynand de Tooy's book that he wrote, one of his books that triggered these thoughts. And I actually would like to speak to Wynand after that. I mean, we don't have to agree on how we need to tackle things in the country, but there's a few mysteries that I think we can help each other solve. With his time in intelligence circles dealing with intelligence, I did my my presentation on my time in intelligence on Saturday. So if you want to watch that, you can just mail bookings@omega.org.za, and then you can book for that. For those of you that attended it, how did you find it? I didn't really get time for feedback.
I got email feedback.
You did? Okay.
I forgot. It's good all round.
Is it? I don't know. Should I care? I needed to tell my story. Yeah,
part one.
So I needed it. Yeah, part one. There's a lot more. I will see how people behave. There's actually one person I don't want to see.
Riveting. It was riveting.
Okay, Nella, thanks.
That's awesome. Can we get into this now?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Speechless and hooked. Phenomenal presentation. Okay, awesome.
Everyone was just quiet through the 3 hours. Like,
it's always unnerving when everyone's quiet.
It is weird when you don't get feedback. Yeah.
Bill Gates said he was originally expecting the internet to make the world a more fact-based, rational place, but has come to realize it's become a tool for disinformation and crazy ideas. Cue censorship. We're getting to learn. Bill Gates is
making a case now.
He's great at good ideology. So he started the internet. He thought the whole world would be well-informed, or should I say well-indoctrinated. And let's see what else he has to say. I will admit, the people who drove the digital revolution, including myself, really thought that I should have worn a pink sweater.
To just upstage it.
Really thought that the world would get more rational. So who is he to judge the world as less rational? Back in 1920, when he was young, Gates said at a fireside chat on Thursday in New York. Gates was talking about the implications of artificial intelligence on the world and reflected on his own predictions during the original digital revolution. Now, I watched a little 30-minute snippet of Google's Gemini. And
the AI that Google has created.
The people presenting it are so out of touch with, like I said to
They need a PK, all of them.
They look like they were like perfect little goody two-shoes in high school. And if you were that, that's fine. But you can't have people like that making decisions for the world.
No.
You need to live and have lived to make decisions for the world. Not have people who, I don't know, were like, you in high school? Sorry.
I played sports.
No,
I kicked butt.
Yes. But it's frightening to see people obsessed with studies and academics who find their own self-worth in nothing but their grades grow up to influence the world with their villainous...
Factual. So fact checkers, I mean, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation are funding most of the freaking left-heart fact checkers out there.
But this just means he had a preconceived idea about the world to begin with.
I'm not so sure that he did.
Okay.
I think they thought of many scenarios. He pushed for this one as an outcome, and there's manipulation taking place here. So I see in this article a case being built for censorship. That's all that's happening here.
Yep.
What he says is totally irrelevant.
Okay, so he's really just milking
he's milking the situation.
Background.
Yeah.
He thought the internet would drive people to search up information and responsibly empower themselves. Give an example of how someone could learn about a lawsuit by looking up what both the plaintiff and the defendant claimed without relying on a news article. That's so sweet.
No, now everyone is depending on idiots like us to go and read up the lawsuit and explain it to them.
Most people are watching skits and pranks on freaking, I don't know, TikTok.
Yeah, how someone's walking the dog in cat videos. Cats jumping when they see a cucumber.
So even
I find it funny.
All of us have used the internet for entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if someone had a question about a topic in science, they could
Whoa, belated happy birthday. My daughter.
That's very belated.
18th of September. Yeah.
That is so belated.
But it's okay, Charles. Thanks, man.
That is so funny. It's like saying,
I get confused over the fact that I'm 52 instead of 53. I don't know what I am in.
Easter.
Yeah.
And if someone
But thanks, Charles. I appreciate it, man.
He's so funny and random. And if someone had a question about a topic in science, they could go read the articles and see everything about them, the billionaire said. Internet entrepreneurs like him expected to drive Socratic debate, he added.
Debate on the internet. People just consume, and enjoy.
It's very, very funny.
Yeah, at least we've created a community where people have fun and we actually get together. We actually go on hikes, people. We actually have picnics and stuff. So, yeah.
We even did yoga in the park once.
I didn't.
No,
I looked at you, bunch of chops. You looked hilarious. No, actually, you looked like pros. You did look like pros, Nella. You did a good job. But I wasn't going to be the chop there on the chopping block. I'll probably break something. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, we can debate the health benefits later.
Yes.
What Gates had not foreseen. What Gates had not foreseen, however, was how the internet would be used by the world's people with crazy ideas, he said.
Crazy ideas, like he's wearing pink sweaters all the time to make people feel soft towards him.
Nurturing, he's a nurturer.
Nurturer.
He's going to nurture all of us with these things. With these pointy things.
Where you come up with this? Oh my friend.
I can't say the word.
Some people believe he's a female. That's one of the crazy stories.
I can't say the word.
Okay, that's fine.
That word goes in the banner.
Then the banner, we'll get a
Thanks
banner,
to
yeah.
him. There were a lot of them out there.
Pointy things.
They were just not finding each other. So there are a lot of crazy people in the world.
I'm one of them today.
And these crazy people were just not finding each other. And now he has created this monster that has allowed crazy people to find each other. I wonder if he'd consider own one of those crazy communities. Probably.
Oh, there's many people that think that.
And now with digital tools.
Ramanakak is one of those.
And now digital tools said, oh, you think that crazy thing? Me too. Let's get together and have a critical mass of crazy people. This sounds like the committee of 300 to me.
Yeah.
Describing.
That's having a tantrum.
Let's call ourselves QAnon. So he's using that very subversive.
He actually used QAnon, yeah.
Eye blind.
Which they freaking created themselves.
But, no, I mean like the groups of people that make decisions for the world are the bunches of crazy people.
Yes, they are. Yes, yeah.
They're accusing us of the exact same thing they've done forever. Gates said he hoped younger generations would be able to would be creative enough to solve the disinformation issues of the current day. This is where speech...
You speak softer when you start thinking about what you're saying.
Thank you for the analysis in real time. You know, it's my favorite thing.
It's a pleasure.
This is the... Being married to a Virgo, I get running commentary on everything I do.
Do you sympathize with Lauren, considering she's an Aquarian, aloof, floating in the universe?
Aloof. That sounds like a good logo.
Aloof. Are you Googling aloof now?
I'm going to show you the picture. Just give it eyes. The keyboard's not working.
It's not working, yes.
No. Anyway, so
let's finish the article.
A key theme in 1984, The Giver, and other dystopian nightmare novels and stories is the infringement of the freedom of speech to the point where you can't even use words like love anymore or family. And I think when he calls upon younger generations to be creative enough to solve the disinformation issues, that's where we're headed. Do you remember that? Do you remember that one scene?
Yep.
Like the boy who stopped getting his injections in The Giver, he started using words like love or whatever.
And color. Started seeing color.
His mom was like, don't use such strong language in this house. And
love is hurtful.
I think
How can you say
that's
that?
where we're headed, because I know what school kids are like. And all you need is just like these little think tank groups of school kids who want to be, the best students. And they're going to come up with these new laws and ideas. And then politicians who want to be in with the youth are just going to make it law. It's ridiculous.
Terence made the comment of the year. Why? Wow, I'm an electrician.
Huh?
You don't get it.
Went over my head. I'm sorry.
I get it, Terence. I'm a Virgo.
I'm an electrician.
I'm an electrician. Yeah, it's far more relevant. Thanks, Terence. Let's bring us back to earth. Okay, let's carry on.
The billionaire said he's open to AI being regulated. So now he sounds like the benevolent.
He's open to it. Yes.
All Loving.
What he's saying is we need freaking AI to control these idiots and
Adding
put them
that
in their
anyone who
place.
fights against AI regulation just sounds stupid. Despite his admissions about the internet, Gates said he feels positive about AI, saying it
Not the internet, AI.
saying it could relieve labor shortages and make the world richer. In other words, bye-bye to us peasants.
Yeah, you're not going to be working anymore. There needs to be a population reduction for those of you that are not in the know, for all these plans to work. And this is the part that's missing from many people's understanding.
One more. I'm more optimistic about AI because of the near-term benefits, he said.
The near-term benefits.
Yeah.
What about the long-term benefits? I always look at what people don't say.
Yeah, no, he's
talking about the
saying a lot.
near-term benefits. He's probably saying, well, I'm going to peg soon. So then they put me on in some cryogenic chamber, hoping that they can revive me in future and reverse my age or something.
AI would have to have laws regarding its function. Personally, I believe we would lose a lot of skills and knowledge using AI all the time. Of course, we'd become
People are using
blobs.
AI all the time. My son literally competed with AI in a drawing. That was his last video that he put out. He wanted to compete with it, and I said, yes, your flippant coloring looks better than AI's.
He wins.
He wins.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Wow. So I suppose.
Yes, Mark, I agree. Be careful that AI doesn't regulate you. It already is. It's regulating what you're seeing with regards to ads. It's regulating what you're seeing on YouTube, in your feed, on all social media platforms. It's already regulating what you consume.
People have, and I assume a lot of youth would, make a case for AI leading us in the political sphere instead of humans.
Yeah. Heine's going for the jugular.
You know, I was thinking Jeffrey Dahmer, and I'm thinking, what's the connection?
Epstein.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
Yes, Bill has more time on his hands, I guess. So, tell me.
Mic, mouth, distance.
Continue.
Just make sure everyone can hear you, please. I can also just sit back like this.
Okay.
People, don't go away. We're going to give you our theory just now, and it's going to be interesting. It is a theory, though.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, let's talk about this some more. This is the main topic for tonight, is the fact that Bill Gates has made these statements. When he says something like this, what happens next? The next thing that happens, like when they practice for a pandemic, is a pandemic happens.
So, what do you think is happening now?
He's going to regulate the internet through AI. That's what he's telling you. And he already has the committee's stamp of approval. That's fine. Lauren can throw me under the bus. I've achieved more than enough in my lifetime. Nothing can get me under anymore.
No.
Not even a bus.
I was going to say something, but it's too rude.
You can say it anytime you want.
You are the bus.
I am the bus. There you go.
Okay, so I do think, and when I read this combined with what I read, I watched with Google Gemini's developments. It's terrifying how thorough I think censorship can be in the future. So we have to actually talk about how channels like ours are going to survive next year and beyond.
Yeah, it's going to, I think in 2024, censorship is going to go through the roof. Remember, our government spoke of censoring what happens around the elections, what people see with regards to the elections. Fact checkers.
Couldn't come at a more
That's
perfect
going
time.
to be working with that lot. I wanted to say earlier, with regards to News 24, they are part of the Prime Media Group, and this new dude that now wants to become the president out the blue, that's got like R1 billion behind his campaign, supposedly. He was the big noob of Prime Media.
Oh, wow.
So that should say a lot.
I wonder how normal people feel about that. Like they probably think that's awesome, you know?
Yeah, exactly. He's just getting ripped to shreds. I actually feel sorry for the guy. Thinking, jeez,
That I know.
how does he freaking feel? I mean, I have not seen a positive comment, not one.
No.
He's getting reamed. I mean, grinding paste, the thickest grinding paste you can think of.
Charles's question: does he have 14,000 signatures though?
Yes, exactly. Hasn't even registered a party. So he's all over the news. So you need to ask yourself, why is he in all the newspapers?
He's undercover ANC. Or is he undercover DA? Or is he undercover?
Doesn't matter.
Is he undercover both of them?
For those of you that watched my video this morning, it's the first video in a while that got some traction.
What did you discuss?
I just looked at the polls. And then the one person made a comment, but these things are inaccurate. I can tell you when we do polls on our YouTube channel in the community, okay, the polls from 100 people that have polled to 1,000, there's almost no change. Polls are extremely accurate. To within on our channel within that group to within 1 to 2% accurate. It's actually unbelievable. If you look at the samples, I never thought that it would be that accurate. But the change from 100 on is minimal. It's always less than 5%. So, you know, when they poll the DA at flipping 15%, 15 or 16%, I mean, that's shocking for them. 44% in the Western Cape. I mean, that is, and this is Ipsos. This is not any polling company that's got a bias towards anything.
I just think it's important to highlight how when all this technology works wonderfully alongside smart cities, where everything's connected to the Internet of Things, during another pandemic of any kind, we won't be able to move.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people broke the regulations.
Yeah.
During the lockdown, they went to the beach, they went surfing, they went everywhere. Some people still had things open that shouldn't have been open. Things still moved along. People were still making pineapple beer and trading with one another, etc.
I was making pineapple beer.
Yes. And then if you have the same situation with internet censorship alongside law enforcement, community surveillance, and being more integrated into the smart city system, we will literally be imprisoned. So we'll only have freedom as long as the government thinks it's okay for us to have freedom.
Okay, Footy is saying, why do we take Bill Gates so seriously? Because he serves on a committee of people that run the world. He's one of around 300 people. And if this is news to you, you can go and watch many of our past videos. You will get information there that you won't get anywhere else. And what?
Remember the cops trying to arrest the scarecrow on Bloberg Beach?
Yes. And the guy on the bicycle and the oaks chasing him on motorbikes. Oh, it was hilarious. And the surfers in the water waving to the police. Come fetch me. That was funny. So, yeah, things are going to get far more serious next time. Remember, they beat you up. I mean, men, grown men, beat you up. And, I would be in jail permanently now.
If you were not
If
there.
I was there.
Yeah.
I would have murdered that oak over the side. It would have been bad.
But the problem is with the police, you can't fight back because they have all power to kill you.
Yeah, it's a sickening situation.
It is.
I don't know. After Mika training, I mean, then we'll decide how the police will treat us.
That's a different situation.
Yeah.
But when you're in the situation already, you have to de-escalate. You don't make it worse.
Always.
Skip ads.
Yeah, every 30 minutes.
Windsurfer being chased by Bekizele. That'd be hilarious.
But thanks to all of you that have joined us. It's a very important topic. Bill Gates, the next thing that's going to happen after he complained about how people have been using the internet is control. And he speaks of AI as the future, not the internet as the future. AI is his solution. And he speaks of AI in the short term, not the long term. He doesn't mention AI in the long term. Maybe he knows that maybe it won't work out so well. Or maybe he knows that it won't be relevant anymore. And this ties into our theory around my dad, a possible
Okay.
theory.
Come.
Spit it out.
Me?
Yes.
Why me? You're the one that discovered it.
You're the one that came up with the theories originally that ties into it.
I did.
Yes.
I can smell a rat a mile away.
A rat.
Yes.
So my dad twice somehow knew that there were listening devices listening to him. So once myself, an agent, and him, he said we need to get completely undressed and get into the swimming pool before he can talk. So we were butt naked in the swimming pool having a discussion with him because then he said, no one can hear us now. That's what he said. And then at the beach in Malkusstrand, when we went into the water, he said, well, now no one can hear us.
So my theory, have I discussed my theory on here? Or was it only on the members thing?
No, I don't think on here at all. No.
But people don't necessarily have context of your work and stuff.
Well, then they must go and find out or subscribe to the channel so that you can actually follow what we are doing. Then you will find out more. So my dad said that he served on a committee of people that run the planet. And the theory we have now is that he never left them. That it's possible that he never left them. And something that caught me in Wynand de Tooy's book is the fact that Wynand said that there was clearly someone that was larger than all of the intelligence services pulling strings.
And this is interesting because I met Des's dad. We stayed there for like a weekend.
Yeah.
Not much longer than a weekend. I only met him once. Never spoke to him before or after that. And after I met him, I knew Des's story because Des told me his story, obviously. And I thought his dad is the mastermind behind the very project he was brought into.
Yeah.
Even though, Des's dad gave the information to his sisters who then phoned him. I think
he didn't phone me. He phoned them.
But
yeah.
That makes him seem all the more cleaner. Anyway, every step of the way, I thought that his dad knew everything that Des was doing undercover, supposedly. And I think I'll go as far as to say that I'm pretty sure he used the extreme right politically to achieve a certain end. What is that end? I had no idea until now.
Yeah, well, I think now that it's possible that the very operation that I was under was also his end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not the other people. You see, He always spoke two different stories. It was normally this persona that he had, that he normally spoke in front of everyone, this narrative, the story, Urania, the Urandia, this place where things would be much better. But he always described it as a place for people from all around the world, never Boere or just South Africans. It was always an international focus. The other thing is he wanted to prepare the area for those people for time of difficulty. So I think he was being used.
So he was always working for the global.
Yeah, whether he knew or not, I have no idea. But the two times when he spoke to me about the bigger picture, it was a totally different story. Then he would tell me that some people would die, but that most of the people on the planet are going to get wiped out. Some of them will be collateral damage. In other words, some people that weren't supposed to be wiped out will be, for the greater good, is going to die. He spoke of pathogens being put in the water supply, radioactive sources being used to sterilize people, all sorts of freaking things. And he spoke of what he called die swart van God, the SVG, or the sword of God, being used to cleanse the earth. In other words, they believed that they were going to perform the whole act. They came up with that whole idea all along. Do you understand? The whole concept biblically of the earth being cleansed, and they were going to implement that, and he was part of that implementation. And then things made sense, because I remember when my mom said my dad once went to the airport, the plane was on the runway ready to take off, and he had that plane taxi back in to pick him up. He was also on the millionth flight of SAA. How did he work for Rupert International? I mean, how on earth did he get involved in the Exocet missile project? All of those things, we had lots of questions. There was no record of him ever leaving the country, and I have his passport here stamped full of places that he visited. I mean, I have it right here actually. He went to loads of places all over the world, including to Geneva, Switzerland, when he said that he was going to go there. There, I can show you. This is his passport, stamped in its chops. So he traveled a lot. He went to the US, all over Europe, many other places. And we don't understand how or why. Well, he told me many things that I've mentioned to the members on the channel. He was sent documents by an agent in Canada, which we've discussed in the past. In future, we will still deal with some of them. But I really wanted to cut ties with him. I'm busy writing my own book on my time and intelligence. We need to use what we know to combat what is happening in the world right now. The other thing my dad said is he needs to go to Germany. He urgently needs to go to Germany. That the people there are part of this fight.
Okay, but let's just summarize. He's not a hero.
No.
He's a globalist agent. There we go.
So, yeah, that's the conclusion I came to.
It actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, then everything adds up.
Everything else makes sense.
The powers he had. How did he know what? I mean, he knew the info of state witnesses. He knew things before the state prosecutor or the judges knew anything. He knew things that was impossible to know, which means that everything in the intelligence in South Africa, from any intelligence agency, he had full knowledge of. How is that possible? I mean, some of the people went cold when they actually heard what he would tell me. When I gave them the info, they said, it's impossible. You cannot know this. I mean, we are keeping this top secret. How on earth does he know this? It can't be. There was no level of government that he didn't have knowledge of, deep knowledge of what was happening, including where the Kruger bullion is stored. How on earth did he know that?
Terence has a theory. I don't think so.
No, it's not remote viewing.
I think it's much more tangible than that.
Yeah. So there's many things that I can't tell the public openly, for obvious reasons. A lot of people might not find it obvious. Just understand that things were complicated, and the person I was working with in intelligence couldn't figure it out or wouldn't tell me what he found out. But he seemed sincere, you know. He even thought, is he a German spy? I mean, what on earth? Now, his uncle worked for SAS, that we know. He was part of the people, the South African Secret Service, that actually helped to get the technology for the nuclear weapons program. Yeah. Anyway,
we can go down that rabbit hole later.
Yeah, a lot more.
When we have time.
So that's all I'm willing to mention right now, but that is definitely a possibility. And he wanted Kuburg shut down. That's why I had to leave Kuburg. He asked for the plans. I mean, that wasn't a small thing. But in any case, if you want to get the details, you can go and watch my presentation on my time in intelligence. But I mean, this is quite a big thing for me to realize. The fact that someone else that had contacts with other people, especially military intelligence, as Wynand did, realized that there's a kingpin pulling strings that's higher than anyone in government, even Pagbota. Now, my dad, as you know, had a huge run-in with Pagbota during a debriefing. And you can go and watch the videos in my Question Everything series. It's all there. You can go watch it. It's for free. Just make the effort. A lot of people just won't. But once you watch it, your eyes will open. How the transition to the African National Congress was planned in the late 70s already, in detail. All planned. They just didn't know who to make president yet. They decided on Mandela later. It was all planned meticulously. The whole creation of the Afrikaner folk, making Afrikaans a unique language, giving it credibility, all of those things. You will see the Broederbond as well as Masonic influence in that. Now, I'm not saying good or bad or anything like that, but you will see the influence of what most people think are or call secret societies. The building of the Voortrekker Monument. Yo, I got nailed for talking about that. The Afrikaner verraaiers, I mean the traitors amongst what people call Afrikaners, or whatever that means. The Boere verraaiers, whatever. And how they will always be traitors against themselves. They were set up to destroy itself. In other words, a culture that will be created that will be self-destructive. I've never mentioned that before. It's the first time I say that. That the Boer culture was created to self-destruct. It had to serve a specific purpose and then be annihilated. It was so strong that the US was shaking in their boots.
I think that what you've discussed here, especially with your dad in the bigger picture and his real intentions, is probably the most relevant with regards to the influence in the country in the past. And I suppose I have to come here with my youthful optimism and say we can dictate what the future holds.
Absolutely. So we need to focus on what we know we can do. And we need to remove your right to be a human being, but remove every bit of freedom that you think you have currently. All of it, not a slight amount. And the 2024 elections can give us a big head start. So it is so important that we vote for system change. It's more complex than just saying voting for that. It's far more complicated.
That's just a part of this.
Yeah, it's just a part.
But it's a start. And we've discussed the solution in depth before.
Yeah.
So we don't want to go into that today. But Bill Gates. So this is on Business Insider, the article we read earlier. Bill Gates thought the internet would make all of us more responsible. You realize it just helped a critical mass of crazy people find each other. It sounds like a funny little article on the side. But what it is setting the stage for is absolute control going forward in the very near future.
He did have a master plan, Charles.
Yeah.
It is frightening.
What? Wrong mouse.
Yeah, post office was every state institution was part of intelligence back in the day. The entire apartheid government structure and everything it represented was run like the Gestapo. I mean, it was like a Russian system. It was full on communist. And when people say that we must fight the communists, and I look back, as a school child, we were brainwashed that we have to fight the Russians, the Rooi Gevaar, and all that nonsense. Meantime, we were it. Absolutely. And most people just don't want to acknowledge it. And this is why on this channel, we're not going to tell you what you want to hear. Many other channels, like Romanakak, tells you what you want to hear. And we're not going to do that. We have many people very peeved with us a lot. It's a miracle when our subscribers actually grow, because they take a lot of abuse. I mean, we go into a lot of detail with many things where someone's going to get offended.
Always,
yeah.
Every day.
Yep.
Okay, so any final thoughts on this Bill Gates article?
extremely relevant because I know that Bill and his dad before him was committee members. The committee exists. The reason why I believe it exists is because my father said that it does, that he served on the committee. I'm going to tell you something now that I've told no one before.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Okay. He actually took my mom when they were just married to places in Paarl that he planned to start controlling. Very affluent places. And where did he get this from? This is before he visited the committee.
Okay.
So the Ruperts must have been involved in this somehow. Or someone else.
I've told you my theory. The answer lies in what he did when he was 16.
When he was 16, yes.
So we need to delve there.
Yeah.
When we go down that rabbit hole, that's where we must start digging.
Yeah, so I'm going to dare to delve into his, what shall we call it, estate.
No, we won't. You haven't discussed that with me yet.
Okay, I won't.
No, I want to have some peace, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
You don't want to die yet.
No.
But when he was 16, what happened then? Yeah, I think we still don't all understand that. I think it's still cloak and dagger. But certainly, please subscribe to this channel. It's not going to get boring here. It's going to get far more interesting. Lawrence come up with a solution for all this twak, a political one and a social one that I support. So people will be able to vote for something in 2024 that will change the system, the status quo. And we need to drive that narrative. And this Jardine dude, it's good that he is shaking things up. That's the only thing he's good for. And all the other bits and pieces coming in, because we do need this power grab of the top three parties to fall apart completely.
Mm-hmm.
It has to happen.
We do.
Yeah. So at this stage, it looks rock solid that the ANC will not get, based on that Ipsos poll, they will not get 50% of the vote. They were at 43 or 44%.
Thank you, Marlene, for gifting memberships to
Yeah,
people.
thanks.
So those who are just gifted memberships, look what happened there. Marlene gifted you memberships, meaning that you're now a member for a trial period. Is it a month or something?
It's a month, yeah.
So please do join us on Thursday evening.
That I don't know what membership she gifted. It could have just been the rabbit hole
well, have
or
a look.
something
I
like
can't
that.
see.
Yeah, we can't see.
But then make use of whatever
there is
on
there.
whatever level.
You can go and look at everything that we've done in the past. It'll be available to you. So when you become a member, even for a month, you can see everything in the past as a member.
You can take a month of work and just
just to get through it. So there's a lot there.
It's a lot of hours of stuff.
The exit, the rabbit hole, the 5 levels of understanding, the exiting the money trap and the techno trap, those are important workshops. So work through them, please. Yeah. And thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It makes it possible for us to do what we are doing. And I can't wait for the interviews to start. I've not had a response from BOSA for the interview with Musi or one of their representatives. So maybe they don't think it's a good idea. But we'll keep on trying to hear what they have to say. Because, I mean, they were proud to say that parties only need 1,000 signatures and then realized, whoops, that's not what happened. So it must be a bit of a confusing time for them now. But if people want to do the signatures, explain it to them. I have my
other theories.
Give me other theories.
I don't want to give the theories on
Oh, no. Yeah, we want to interview people, please.
Thank you,
Nella. Wow.
Thanks, Nella. Awesome. There's everyone's Christmas presents from Marlene and Nella.
Yes, but it was really awesome. We had over 200 people watching at some stage. It's a lot of people in a live stream. There's channels that are much bigger than ours that doesn't get this many people in a live stream. Yeah. Yeah, the rabbit hole. Thanks for that, Marlene. For people to go and watch that. Hopefully that'll make a difference. So please make an effort and go and watch Exiting the Rabbit Hole, Exiting the Techno and Money Trap. Okay.
Beautiful quotes, Heini, and so true. An enemy at the gates is less formidable, for he is known and carries his banner openly.
Yeah. Thanks. Hi, Carol, all the way from the UK. Welcome. we really want people from around the world to join us in what we're doing. It's a worldwide effort. It's a worldwide threat as well. That's important. That's one thing my dad knew. I think that, and I've mentioned this before, that parts of their plan he actually liked and he wanted to use it for his own gain. Correct. Or do you think he was fully hook, line, and sinker involved? Fully. So are they all misunderstanding Christians? Because he was absolutely entrenched in the Bible, in the way he believed in the Bible.
He's an absolute villain.
Yeah, he is. The papers that Lauren has read, I mean, it's vomit-worthy. The things that he believed because of the Bible is scary, like really scary. I mean, he got a woman to write a book about women that makes him slaves to men. No kidding. That is their place in the world. Very dangerous. Extremely. But he wanted that ordered, perfect world. Isn't it any different to what these megalomaniacs want?
Yep.
I think he wanted to create his version of that in Urania. I think that was his master plan.
Didn't work out so well.
Of course not. You will know them by their fruits, yeah. When you're in a coffin, there's no fruit. Okay, you need to put your mouse on that side. There we go. But thanks for joining us. I don't want this to carry on for longer than an hour. There's a lot I revealed you. If you just joined us, please go and watch everything we've discussed. If you don't know anything about our past or our history, Lauren is the founder of #LeaveOurKidsAlone that grew a Facebook group to over 130,000 people within 2 months and resisted the government and won.
This was all 4 months before COVID happened.
Yeah, before COVID happened, yeah.
And then COVID just took all the wind out the sails. But still, we stopped the government from making it compulsory and getting teachers fired for not teaching it, thank goodness.
That was a huge achievement.
But there's so much more that needs to
be done. There's so much more that.
But anyway, using the same tactics as Leave Our Kids Alone, we can put a stop to anything if people feel passionate enough about it. If enough people feel passionate enough about it.
And then you found it OWN.
Yes.
And to me, that is the really big thing. And as we said at the birthday party, I wasn't the first person to sign up as an OWN member. We actually had the first ever OWN member there. And for those of you that don't know what OWN is, you can find out. You can go to own.org.za, which is to literally transform the political system in the country. And I can't wait. And then we do something on the social side, because you must do both. Maybe you can talk about that.
Omega, which will be starting next year.
Omega Advanced Training,
By next year, I mean next
month.
The
orientation training.
By next year, I mean next month.
Yeah, next month. It's around the corner.
If you're in Cape Town, please apply for Omega training very soon.
We will do that in person. So you will,
The orientation
we'll be doing in person with people in Cape Town, as many as possible.
And the orientation's done. It's ready. We just have to process the applications.
Yeah. So the entire presentation, what we're going to do with orientation, is done and dusted. So we must just start. So please apply. How do they apply?
Bookings at omega.org.za, Omega with an H.
OHMEGA, yeah. So, and it's free. Bookings.
Organic Humanity Movement Ending Global Atrocity is what Omega stands for.
Org.za.
Grasshopper, you have to apply. Just go email.
You don't need to be an OWN member to apply for Omega training. It's Lauren and I that present the Omega training. We do that in our personal capacity. It's our own sacrifice.
I think, Darwin, that's what no one could have anticipated. That the time on our hands, we're not used shivering in our boots, scared for what was happening, but time was actually used to research things. And then the crazies got together, as Bill Gates says.
Yeah, the crazies. I actually got frustrated with people that believe in conspiracy theories that are just annoying, that don't go deeper to actually seek more and more and more truth, because truth is just a perception and therefore it's not reality. I know a lot of people battle with that concept, but you can do our Omega courses to find out how that works. Level 1 and 2. So we have level 1 and 2 courses that you can do, workshops. Yeah. Omega training will transform how you think about the world completely. The orientation will be tough. So the people that do it in person, it's going to be mentally tough, not physically tough.
Yeah, mentally tough.
Yeah.
Emotionally
It'll be like
tough.
the worst form of army for the mind. And I think everyone should go through that. That process is important for you to be teachable through the rest of the phases. Our aim is to train 800 people in Omega Advanced Training. We want 80 people to complete that full training, all of it. And yeah, we can transform the country. With 80 people trained at that level, it'll change everything completely.
Dr. Zane, thank you for that positivity. I think you are going to do well in the elections.
Well, we need everyone to talk about OM and what OM is doing in the new year. There will be a massive, massive effort.
Lots of work.
Yeah. So let the other people first kill each other. That's fine. And we are also using all of them. I do, certainly, to do the dirty work for us. So that is perfect strategy, using other people to fight the people that don't actually know how to do things. But it sounds like a good idea, so they jump on the bandwagon and they try and outrun you with it. They actually prepare the way. It's an easy way for them to do it. So the Bavarian Illuminati use the same tactics to get us to stuff up our own world. The same thing. I'm just using it with everyone else to soften up the political market, so to speak, so that people will open their minds, because so many people are still stuck in the smaller parties will mess things up. Blah, 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 blah. It's terrible. You should either vote DA or ANC. Hello, I'm still kindergarten kid when it comes to voting. And they call other people stupid. If you go to rural areas or to any informal settlement, you'll find people far more informed on what is happening in the world, the subversion taking place, than you will find in any DA voter. I can guarantee you that. We were there. So, yeah.
What fun.
The people need an education.
That is true.
Support for a seat. Well, that depends on what we do. There's 5 months till the earliest date for elections. In 5 months, in 2 months, you can get enough support for a seat or more.
It takes one moment, actually.
1 moment, yeah. That changes everything.
But before that 1 moment, we need 14,000 signatures.
So getting the signatures, you'll have 14,000 people that will consider voting home. And so that's the first thing that we need to do. Parliament has laid down the gauntlet. They don't want other parties there.
Gary, how many votes get you a seat? I used to be able to answer that, but now with
31,000, it's going to be different. Very
now with
different
independence, it's going to be very
different.
different.
We have no idea, actually.
We will still, parties will get training on those calculations.
Yeah.
So I can't answer that for sure. But in the past, about 30,000, between 30 and 50, depending on voter turnout, depending on how many parties contesting.
In the last elections, Al Jamar got the last seat with 31,000 votes.
Every subscriber on this channel voted.
OM will get a seat easily. If the people that supported Lauren on Leave Our Kids Alone, if just half of them vote, OM will get 2 seats.
Yeah, but they were always averse to political anything.
Yeah, but once the chips are down and you open that path in the brain that thinks, I don't have to vote ANC, I don't have to vote DA, there are many other options. Now I actually need to think about it and exercise my democratic brain and make a good choice.
Carol's asking, how do you vote from the UK? If you're a registered voter, like already registered, then all you have to do is go to your embassy and register with them to vote. I was told you can just rock up at your embassy to vote, And then I heard that changed somewhere along the line. So I need to still get the facts on that. We're being asked about Cape Independence, Ness, your favorite topic.
Yes. Patrollie Captain, very good comment. We went there once, and that was also the last time. Same thing.
I couldn't, the whole time we were there, I couldn't help but feel like something's seriously missing from this place. Gee, I wonder what it is.
Well, we stayed just outside, but I mean, we were there. I met with Chief Noob, Karel Boshoff Jr. in his burgemeester's office, or chief captain's office, whatever you want to call it.
Des met with two people. I like waited outside like a dog the whole time. Was Ekes Mos Engels.
So I met with the main konijn and someone else.
Oh no, there's been a lot of changes to the Electoral Act. You can go and have a look. It's on the website of the government.
Yeah.
Many of you live far from London. I'm not sure how that would work then, Carol. Never
There
thought of
are
that.
ways of doing it, definitely.
How many signatures do you reckon you have so far? Around 560, but a lot of people are telling me they're collecting signatures. They're not telling me how many.
560 you have with you.
Yeah. So we wait. We'll
So
do an update soon.
It's 140 people pledging to get 100 each.
Yeah.
And how many pledges do you have now?
5 or 6.
5 or 6 pledges. So people pledge to get 100 signatures. You don't even need to be an OM supporter.
Actually, everyone that's on the Telegram channel just need to get 14, and then there you go.
It is just about the right for OM to be there. OM has already raised the funds, and now they've thrown this thing.
Thank you so much, Phil. So yeah, you can vote for any other party. You can still sign for OM and vote for other parties.
Yeah.
It's not about your
vote is your secret.
It's more about
it's about democracy.
Yeah.
True democracy.
Yeah.
I would sign any other party that asks me.
Technically, I think you should be able to sign multiple parties. If
of course you can.
All of them
you can.
Should go. How do we add value?
There must be a different way. It can't just be at the embassy.
Have you not seen the list? What list, Mark? How do you? I must be missing something.
Not seen the list. So he hasn't seen that list. Go on to Telegram. Just say that OM actually has a Telegram channel. You never advertise things like that on here. We have a Telegram channel, Des and Lauren. You haven't put the list there yet.
Thanks, Marlene. I should put the list there.
Yes.
I should.
Like directly.
Yes.
Then it might get kick-started.
Yes.
You can also put it in the community tab on YouTube. All over Facebook.
Everywhere.
Yeah. That's what I would do. But a pledge is an awesome way to make sure that you actually get something to happen. Because then a person is vested in attempting to get 100. It's not a promise. It's not an oath. It's not a covenant. It's a pledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To try.
Yeah.
Yes, you can, Heini. You have your own Facebook and Twitter
channel.
channels.
Absolutely.
So if you go to OM's Telegram channel, then you can get the forms.
Yeah, also on Leave Our Kids Alone. You shouldn't mess around with that. Goodness gracious. I mean, the effort you put in there, Lauren literally for 3 months did nothing but run that lot. You put OM on a back burner just to fight that fight.
I did.
But that was such an important fight to fight. And we won that fight. So
Jacques is saying, hey, good evening, guys. I have just joined. What are we discussing? We discussed Bill Gates and how disappointed he is in all of us internet users because all the crazies have found each other. And instead of growing more rational and more all-knowing, what we have done instead is just meet with each other as crazies.
More crazy people with crazy ideas, crazy thoughts. He thought people would be on the internet researching things and coming to proper conclusions according to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's why fact checkers exist, and that's why Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation support and fund these fact checker sites.
We're anticipating a lot of internet censorship, especially with the development of Google Gemini. And on top of that, we were just talking about how future global pandemics, lockdowns, shutdowns, whatever, would be completely different to how they were because the infrastructure and technology is in place to completely police us in a way that no government can.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it is after 9. On Thursday, we are discussing another topic. We've been discussing religion every Thursday evening.
Yeah,
if you
so we
remember.
lost tons of members, not subscribers. Our subscribers are growing. Our members, we've lost many. We knew this topic would have people leaving, you see, fit, puff, whatever. So this Thursday, we are discussing, would you have killed Jesus? So this is not a religious thing. We're going to look at the Bible from a historical perspective, look at the scenario, the setting, and then see, would you actually have killed him if you were there? I had people on Saturday tell me I would have absolutely killed him.
Oh, wow.
Asked for him to be killed. So it's good when you can reach that level of honesty and actually understand things and own that understanding. And I think it'll help people to just think about things more. What we don't want is for people to be captured by religion, because I believe that all religions are man-made. Spirituality is not. There's a big difference.
Fun.
Yeah, and just for your record, I believe in the teachings of Jesus.
Yes.
Not some dude that decides this is how I must dress, this is how I must speak, this is how I must fall over and ruk and pluk and whatnot. No. Sorry. Or speak the habala babala. And if you love doing things like that, absolutely feel free. I'll protect your right to do it. I'll even die protecting your right to do it. Yeah, I'm just brutally honest.
Cool, man. Cool comments. Can't wait to see what happens on Thursday. So, yes, let's think about how we need to evolve as a humanity to overcome the mass censorship we will be subjected to going forward. We're going to have to really think out of the box to communicate with each other when things get difficult.
I like that comment.
Which one?
Yes. I don't think Jesus' intention was for people to turn him into a religion. Let me tell you something. People turned us and what we are doing into a religion. We had to take drastic freaking steps to stop that.
Okay.
People just do stuff like that. It's crazy. When they speak for you, in your name, what you said, etc., it's nuts. And you think, what are they talking about? Anyway, and you're not there in these discussions to defend yourself. Yeah, please like and share. If we can get 200 likes, it'll help with the algorithm so more people can watch this. I think this is a very important topic. Billy Goat Gates saying that he's terribly disappointed in us internet users because the internet has made it possible for nutcases to come together and join each other. And now I see Elon Musk and what's his name?
The madman.
Yeah, he's absolutely bonkers.
Can't remember his name.
And Andrew Tate are now chilling out together, having discussions about globalists and stuff. What's his name? He was famous for crawling into the forest, the redwood forest. Alex Jones at the Bohemian Grove to film the burning of Kent, saying they're burning someone. Then later found out there was sticks in an effigy.
You think he would have smelled human flesh burning?
I don't know. He just gets hyper. So he gets so freaking hyper. He admitted that he went crazy after the Sandhawk situation. He admitted he went bonkers and he stopped actually looking at facts, dissecting them properly. The moment he was allowed back on Twitter, I took part in the poll, by the way, that Elon Musk asked, should Alex Jones be allowed back? I voted yes. As nuts as the man is, he should have a right to say whatever he freaking wants.
So Bill Gates is right. They have congregated.
And I believe that people have the right to be stupid and follow idiots.
I agree with you.
Absolutely.
It's part of the learning process.
Yeah.
Being stupid.
Being stupid. Otherwise, you're not going to learn. You need to follow idiots like Alex Jones that talk so much crap. He also speaks a lot of truth. And he advertises a lot of products, which is really freaking annoying. I don't watch or follow Alex Jones because I just don't
have time.
When he started out, he was more normal. He has gone bonkers. It's like he couldn't contain himself when he was interviewing Elon Musk for 2 hours. He was like, he said, okay, I'm going to keep quiet now.
Before you put your earphones in last night, because I insisted, because I didn't want to listen to that, I wasn't sure who was interviewing who.
It was funny. Elon Musk was just quiet. Elon, because he has a high IQ, could reorganize the way Alex Jones actually says something. He says we should actually consider, so very tactfully, we should consider rather saying this, because they were talking about globalists and internationalists. So these are words that Alex Jones just grabbed out of the, I don't know, his starry night in his head and threw out there, and the whole world must define everything according to his understanding of it, which is fine. He's allowed to do that, but Elon kind of, in a motherly way, kind of corrected him, which is nice.
Yeah, whatever. Phil says that stupidity can be called potential wisdom.
I love that, Phil. No, that's absolutely true. Potential wisdom. Yeah. So all we're doing with Omega training is giving people tools so that they can use everything they have in their faculties to the best of their ability. That's it. What that's going to look like, I have no idea, because I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're going to make your own decisions. And that's the beauty of what we do. We don't tell people what to do. I will ask you to consider storing water or food supply or whatever. The amount of articles out on our water infrastructure being bust is horrendous. If I put out a video on water, which is serious, no one gives a crap.
We've stopped talking about self-reliance.
We just had to stop. Yeah.
People don't care.
No,
those who care have done it.
They've already done it, so it's fine. Yeah. But thanks for.
I was going to ask a very important comment, but then I forgot. Oh, no, I remember. I just wanted to ask. This should probably be an icebreaker rather, but maybe we can ask it next week. How long have you been on the internet for? I'm just curious, because I thought, how many hours of content have we created? And how many hours of content have we watched? And how often do we Google things, from recipes to existential crisis questions? I mean, I feel like we're almost integrated with the internet to a degree. So I'll ask that question next week.
That book has got very interesting information in it. Hi, Beverly. Beverly just came into the stream.
5 more minutes.
Yeah. What about 5 more minutes?
Don't go 5 more minutes. I don't know. It's like never mind.
Okay.
I watch all your videos. That's a lot. Hi, so Beverly just joined. Please don't go.
Okay. Well, what else can we talk about? There's plenty, actually. If you actually look at the water situation, more than half of the water supply areas in the Western Cape is below blue drop status now. Where before, the Western Cape had like more than 90% of the water supplies above blue drop status. Now, that is worrying, especially in Knysna when they find a flippant corpse inside a reservoir. I mean, a concrete reservoir, people. People were drinking from the thing. The man was badly decomposed. People must have moaned of some freaking rotten smell in their water. Yes.
That is terrible.
The first time when we did Omega training first, and we didn't understand what was going to happen, people were overwhelmed. We told him to go and find all the reservoirs in the area. Know where they are. Make sure that they've got hatches on top with a freaking lock on it. Didn't we? That's what we told you. Who of you were in that Omega training? Where we told you to find all the water reservoirs and make sure that they've got hatches with locks. Can any of you even remember that? There's a reason why we teach you these things. Jeez. You were there, Jareta. Yes, Sue. Gerrit, I'll tell you, the Israel-Gaza thing, my father said it will all start in Israel. In other words, the kickoff towards what people need to believe. I'm phrasing my words exactly like that. What people need to believe is the advent to the Third World War. Because what they need to do is make prophecies not come true. So Christians and Jews were set up, and this was deliberately done. This is why the Rothschilds had to create the state of Israel through Zionism, which has nothing to do with Judaism, Orthodox Judaism. And Christians have been fooled by all of this. So I don't take sides in this mess. I won't call it a distraction. It's serious what's happening. It's all very real.
Sure. Okay.
There will be many events, Gerrit, around the world in different places, and they will all have different flavors. So there's tests happening around the world. So look out for those. Some of them might be more publicized than others. Some of them might not be in the mainstream media at all. So you might just pick it up in social media. Look out for gassings, poisonings due to food consumption, water consumption, things like that. Look out for that. Project Coast is alive and well. That's all I want to say.
Oh, well, Lizette, similar themes happening in Cape Town. It's like the government really doesn't want us to go to the beach. Lizette says some KZN beaches closed because of poor water quality. I don't believe it is true. Only another way of lockdown. Here in Cape Town, I've been seeing news articles on the poor water quality in the beach, in the sea, as well as sharks being spotted. And to me, it just seems like it's the government's way of saying don't come to the beach.
Yeah.
We don't want to put up with too many humans at the beach.
At Camps Bay, the raw sewage literally goes out to the ocean. And I mean, the freaking turds float out there where the guys are going with their kayaks. It's not cool. And I mean, they keep on building up that area. And who lives there? Anyway.
Okay, great. I think we're done. Thank you, everyone, for being part of this live stream. And I'm looking forward to Thursday night. For those who are members, it's going to be a fun one. And then next Tuesday, we'll see what happens.
Carol, if you join our Thursday evening members chats, you will get a completely different perspective.
Yeah, but Durban Beach is close to E. coli.
Yeah.
How convenient in December.
Oh, leave the world behind.
The propaganda is hilarious. You're the second person to recommend that movie, Carrot.
Yeah.
How to survive in the world without cash. Omega training will give some ideas.
Yep. JD, thanks for mentioning that. Gevaarlik. He knows what he's talking about. He really understands. Wouter Bason. Okay, thanks everyone. Please join us again next week, Tuesday, for our public live chat at 8 o'clock. And Thursday evening, we're going to talk about would you have killed Jesus? We will set the stage. It's not going to be a religious debate. So everyone is welcome. We are going to look at it historically, and we're going to dissect this white robe floating on water personality that's been created in our minds when we were kids, because I can just refer to what I was kind of fed versus what actually took place based on the biblical account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, that should be fascinating. See you on Thursday.
Bye,
Keep well.
everybody.
Bye.